Welcome into the Better and Green podcast. We're back with another live episode, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like so we can get more people beating Vegas with us. I'm going to start off. We're going over the NHL playoffs. We all got our hockey jerseys on today, repping some teams. We got the Blues here. We got the Kings, and we got the Mighty Ducks. Actually, Ethan, I don't know. Can I call this a Rangers jersey?
Hey, we'll count it.
Wyatt, I'm so glad you're able to join us after your trip to the Caribbean. We're glad you're back. You decided to come back.
You know, it was nice, relaxing. I thought I deserved it. So I'm ready for another pick because all my winnings from I don't even remember what my winnings were on. But all my winnings that I won are now gone. Too many pina coladas on the beach. So ready to win some more money and yeah, back in the mild weather. It's not snowing here, so I got out of the snow, thankfully. But I saw
Nice.
Ethan's had some snow on the ground. It looked miserable. So yeah.
Yeah, 50 degrees colder than it was on Saturday here.
Oh,
50 degrees colder.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
we got to look on the
You made
bright
me right.
side. Wyatt hit another parlay. Did you see that one, Ethan?
I did see his parlay. I don't know if it would have hit here, but in Virginia it hit.
I'll tell you what, I was a little nervous about that future. I was kind of hoping, part of me was hoping that the future was going to lose, but it did pull through. Huge winner, just turned $1 million into a half a quarter. So, yep, we're living life over here. So, yeah, big win. Again, I'm on a hot streak, so I'm feeling good.
For those that didn't see your video, what was that the final leg of that parlay?
I'll just give all the legs. I had LeBron to score a point. I believe the
Hit.
odds were a juicy 17 million. I think I got a weird line, weird book. It was probably an off-seas book. I had the referee in that same Lakers Grizzlies game to blow his whistle once. Didn't want to take the foul bet. I just wanted the whistle blown. I thought that was safer. And then the final leg, which was a future, was the sun to rise this morning. And unfortunately, it did. But I won some money, so I'm happy with that.
Not fading the Suns yet.
Not yet. But yes, if you want to sign up for my VIP, giving out more plays like this, it's all yours for just one easy payment of $150,000.
Yeah, where can I write this check to?
Just write it to my secretary. She's in the comments as well. So
Awesome.
Ethan,
Venmo on the way.
you just wrote a article on the NHL playoffs, and you've been killing it with the daily locks. And Wyatt just came out with our first video of the daily locks. So, how would you rate Wyatt's performance, and how was it getting your first article out there on the website?
Wyatt's performance was great. Thought the video was awesome. A couple of tweaks were made afterwards. So, it wasn't viewable just to 12-year-olds. Other than that, though, the content aspect of it was awesome. And yeah, felt kind of good to write again. I don't love writing, but when it's something that I care about, it's not that bad. So yeah, it was nice. It's been since January, I think, since I've written anything. So other than a couple tweets here and there.
Yeah, it's nice to get back into it.
I appreciate you not or giving us a fair warning before we take major odds. Unlike my parlay, so I like the fair warning of the Bruins and the other big one. I forgot what it was.
The Avalanche.
Yeah, the Avalanche. Yeah. So because I think the Bruins were -3 something to win the series.
Yeah,
just untakeable.
Yeah,
depending where you're looking, there's a -400 out there. I almost hammered it, but
brutal.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to start with the big three. We're going to give you our 3 favorite bets for today. Then we're going to go into the NHL playoffs. We're going to go round through round, give you who we think is going to win. Spoiler alert, we all have completely different teams in the finals. All 6 different teams. So make sure you watch to the end to make sure your team that you're rooting for made it. And I believe we have a game also at the end. You're going to have to stick around for that as well. Who wants to start with the big three? Wyatt, you want to start?
You know what? Sure. I'll go back to the hardwood. I have a majority, or the other two are in hockey. I'm gonna go to the hardwood. This was a play posted on our daily YouTube video, but I am taking the Warriors to win game 2 against the Kings tonight. The Sacramento Kings, not the Los Angeles, because they are also playing tonight. But my thought process for this: Curry hasn't lost a playoff game 2 in a row in his career. He's never been 0-2. The Kings got lucky. The Kings got a lot of emotion riding from the first game. So I think they have a little emotion hangover a little bit. So I like the Warriors to take care of business, take the series 1-1, heading back to home where it could get out of hand pretty quickly.
You just got me thinking. I'm cooking something up quick. I just want to see what a Kings parlay would pay out tonight. Both money line plus 494. So you think both Kings are going to win it? All right, I am going to stick with hockey. If you like goals, don't listen to a word I say tonight because I'm not seeing it. First play, I will look at the Dallas-Minnesota game under 5.5. Just saw that's at minus 115. It's Onger, it's Gustafson for Minnesota. Both these teams are kind of under teams all year. Dallas actually found a way to score some goals late in the year after the trade deadline, but playoff hockey, first game, don't see much scoring going on here. So 3-1, 2-1 final. I think it goes in Dallas's favor. I'll take the under 5.5.
Ottinger's, to me, a top 3 goalie, but I think top 5 is what most people, I think, sane people would argue. And so I'm going to actually kind of tail you there. I'm going to take Ottinger over 26.5 saves.
Like it. Seems like a low number.
That's exactly what I thought. And I think it's only like minus 120, 130 right now.
Nice.
Yeah. From what I've been seeing on just player props, it seems like all the shots on goal, especially in that game, but also in tomorrow's Rangers Devils game, are extremely low for shots on goal. So that's me guessing that Vegas is, knows what, obviously we don't know everything Vegas knows, but they're predicting low scoring throughout the board. So a shots on goal, that's probably why the line's so low, but I still like it. He's not going to let too many goals past. So I agree with that play. I'm going to go ahead.
I have a quick follow-up before we get too far away from NBA. I should have asked this before I gave out my pick. Does it worry you at all that probably everyone and their mom is on the Warriors tonight?
Yeah, I mean, yes, for sure. It's definitely square. I can't see a world where the Warriors don't win this, which is, again, right. Everyone's on that, but it's one of those plays where it's probably dumb, but it's like I can't resist taking that. Like I don't think the Warriors are going to lose 2 in a row. But I completely agree. It's probably not the smartest bet. It's definitely pretty square, definitely not sharp. But yeah, I mean, I had to do it. I think the Warriors could possibly win by 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my second play. I'm going to change it up a little bit here because I have a feeling Ethan's going to rock out some more under. So I want to keep the crowd a little involved with one over we could root for. Hopefully Ethan doesn't have this under coming up. I'm going to take the over in the Panthers-Bruins. I really wanted to take this play at the beginning. Ethan has a little smirk there, so I'm a little worried. But yeah, these two teams Panthers and Bruins, I think have played 4 times. Every single game in the regular season has gone over 7 total goals. Obviously, it's playoffs. We have to remember that. But the Bruins, in my mind, there's no way they lose this game. Bruins, I think, have scored 4+ goals in 6 of their last 7 games. Panthers have one of the worst defenses in the league, but can score like no other. Bruins, obviously, great goaltending, but I think it's going to score. Gives us and the audience one over to root for in a day I think is going to be full of unders. So I'm trying to lighten the mood a little bit, I guess. I hate rooting for unders, and Ethan loves rooting for unders, which makes me think he's a psychopath, but that's still left undecided.
Yeah, Wyatt's been right down the road a couple times from me, has yet to come meet me because, doesn't quite know where my head's at, but I don't blame him. All right, for the record, I do like the under in that game. Was debating giving it out, but I'm not going to go head-to-head here. We need as many dubs as we can get for the show picks. I'm also not going to give out another under that we talked about a little bit, posted some other places. I'll just save that one for people to go dig around and find. So I'm actually going to pivot completely. I'll take the Dallas Stars on the money line minus 145. Really like Dallas in the postseason. There's kind of a lot to say about them, but I mentioned they've been able to score goals. Ottinger, like Ben said, probably a top 3 goalie in the league. And not only that, but if Dallas loses, not worst case scenario, because I'm coming back, I'm firing on them to win that series. It's going to be plus odds right now. It's I think minus 150 for them to win the series. So I'm going to play the money line tonight. Either pick up a win straight on that, or if they lose, don't really care because I'm going to go fire that plus price on them to win the series.
Well, me and Ethan were actually talking before you logged on, Wyatt, and we were both kind of leaning that under in the Boston Florida game, but I don't want to give us an automatic loss there in case that if it goes either way. So I'm gonna have to pivot. I'll let you guys talk after I give my second one while I come up with another one. I'm gonna go. I think that in these games, especially in the playoffs, your big stars and big name players are going to get involved, and they're used to it. This guy's been on the stage many times. I'm taking Kopitar over a half point. It's at minus 130. Goal or an assist pretty much gets you there. So I'm going to roll with Kopitar. I think that the Oilers are going to be scoring. I mean, they've been the over Oilers all year. So the Kings, if they want to stick with it and stick in the game, then they're going to need to score too. And Kopitar is one of those guys that he's got the power to do it.
I got that Stars play in right at the buzzer because that just shifted to minus 155. So
Nice.
for the show, count me with that minus 145.
I'm going to go very similar to Ben here. Same game, same team, different player. I do think the Kings are going to give the Oilers a run for their money. Ethan, you did mention you possibly like the Kings on the money line, both Kings, both NBA and NHL. But I think the Kings are possibly going to win this game. And if order to win, obviously have to score some points. So I like Kopitar, but I'm going to go with Adrian. Is it Kemp or Kempe or
Kempe?
Kempe. I'm going to go him over half a goal or half an assist at minus 140. So a little juicier than Ben's play. He is the main instrument of their offense. Everything kind of goes through him. So hopefully he can just dish one off to Kopitar. We can both win in the same play.
Easy.
That would be ideal. But I'm at same thought process as you, Ben. I think it's the Oilers could possibly run up the score, but I do think the Kings are going to stay in it. And in order to stay in it, both Kopitar and Kempe are going to have to put up some points.
I agree.
That's going to be electric if they connect for that. I was looking at Kings to score the first goal, so that could bang, bang, bang all three right there. So for my third play, I'll go back to the unders. Why I know you and I both this past week were on the Grand Salami over in that final big slate. This Grand Salami under to me looks fantastic. I'm taking it 23.5 for 4 games in the playoffs. I love it.
Grand Salami under. You don't receive this content anywhere.
You don't. One of a kind on the unders, but here's my thought process. You got 2 games that look pretty dead nuts under with the 5.5s. The other 2 games could go either way. I personally tend to lean under on both of them, but I don't see either game getting to 8. So just say they both get to 7. There's 14. That means there has to be 5 goals each game of the other 2. I see one of them staying with, 3 goals, which would have to mean a 7 coming out of the other one. Just don't see it. 23.5 seems way too high. So I will gladly take the under. Minus 110 too.
Over here on my phone, depositing into the freaking sports book as we speak. God damn it, did you convince me?
I couldn't believe it was that high.
Working. I love that. I absolutely love. I don't know what's 4 games. You said 23.5, so they need 24. What is that? 6?
That's average of 6.
6 goals a game.
But I mean, I could see 6 goals
we
total.
We could see the Islanders and Hurricanes being a 1-0 game. Same thing with Stars and Wild.
Yep.
And I think you're right. I don't think we're gonna. Hopefully, the Bruins can get to 7, but I don't think any of those teams are gonna be pushing 8. So.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I like that play.
Thank you. I knew you'd shift my underways.
Hey, Grand Slamming under. I mean, come on.
Yeah. First night of the playoffs. I might have to go put more on it. God damn.
I gotta. All right. I'm doing it. Just a small one.
Yep.
I'm looking at the Rangers and the Lightning right now to take the series. Rangers are plus 100, Lightning are plus 135.
I love both. If that.
I know, man.
I love one.
You love one.
I
I know.
hate the other.
There's a reason this
Yeah.
jersey's not on because they suck. Frauds.
Yeah.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Don't bet on that team.
And Tampa Bay's been here before, man.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like my grandpa skating around out there.
Okay. Is Stamkos even healthy?
Doesn't matter. He's like 45.
I got the Tarasenko jersey on. Let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers plus 100.
I like that.
Yeah, I think those are both great values there.
Yeah.
Both are the 2-3 matchups, I believe. Two of the 2-3 matchups. I mean, I personally think the Lightning are better than the Maple Leafs. I know, Ethan, you're pretty big on the Maple Leafs in the blog you just wrote, but I like the Lightning.
Yeah.
And again, I have a future on the Rangers, and so do you. So
Yep.
I don't think you're too worried about the Rangers, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, that's probably my favorite series play.
Okay.
The Rangers.
I agree.
Yeah, and if you shop at Caesars, it does have them plus 115. So.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I don't know. You can get the Bruins still. They're only minus 320.
Yeah.
Hockey to hell and back. What's up, man? You gave us the fist bump emoji. Welcome in, man.
Welcome,
Love it.
brother.
Yeah, welcome. Let us know in the comments who are you liking for tonight?
Yes.
Favorite
in
play?
The series.
Yeah, in the series. Yeah, let's Toronto or Tampa. We need this debate settled.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for those watching, I did fully switch my mind to Toronto mid conversation with these two yesterday. My brain was doing funny things to me that completely. I went from liking Tampa to loving Toronto. So
Wyatt, are you offended that he just straight up is fading us? Like that was the deciding factor. Well, if these two bozos like him.
It doesn't offend me that he's fading us. It offends me if he's fading us with the Maple Leafs. It could be any other team. Like, sure, I agree to disagree. We like for the debate, but
yeah,
you can't debate with the Maple Leafs. They're literally who's a fraud team? Who's a fraud team that we were talking about earlier?
The Titans.
Frauds. They're equivalent to the Maple Leafs.
I told
so
you
is
week one.
Before they made it to the national championship, San Diego State frauds.
Yeah.
Still frauds.
Yeah, well, hey,
that's
I'm not proud of backing the Maple Leafs. Let me just say that. But we'll see.
They got O'Reilly and Matthews now. I mean, they got as good a chance now as they ever have.
I'll have to find something. If the Lightning win, I'll have to come on here for an episode with like a clown, one of those like clown masks, the entire show.
There you go.
Yeah. I always, I don't like to go against trend. Oh boy.
Sorry.
What came across the wire?
Yeah. We have a message from Toxic Pockets on Twitch
that
says Maple Leafs, more like Maple Queefs.
Frauds. Don't worry, I left a space, so we're not getting banned.
He did. He did. I appreciate it.
Hey, keep my name out of your mouth, pussy.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Wyatt's heartbeat is rocking again. Up to about
I get
80.
riled up so easily these days.
You got him worked up, Ethan. You guys ready to discuss this NHL bracket all the way to the Stanley Cup?
I think we
Let's
have to now.
Do we even need to? It's like the NBA where everybody has the same two teams in it, right?
Boston or Milwaukee? Who you got?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so ready to hit Milwaukee series price. It's still like minus 190 or something stupid. Maybe even worse than that. But Miami plus 9.5. That wasn't bad.
No.
See, now we were just talking about refunded bets. They refunded Giannis for me, which I appreciated. But like, what did he play? A quarter and a half?
Dude, sports books are
And
such
then they're not
bitches
going to
when it comes to
refund
the
a rain
NBA.
delay? Like, come on.
They refund the NBA like it's nobody's business.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't opposed to it, but
Right.
just wish there was like a middle ground.
Right.
Agreed. All right. Who wants Ethan, you want to lead us through the bracket? Game by game?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm getting it pulled up here. So yeah, we're going just first game at a time and
Yep.
running through.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So just to make sure we're all on the same page, first game being Boston or Florida.
Are you using that ESPN app?
Yep.
Okay. I'll hop over there while you guys talk.
Okay. So I'll start. Not a huge surprise here. I'm going to take Boston to win this series. If you're looking to bet it, I would take a minus 1.5. I think they win this 4-2. Wouldn't be shocked if it's 4-1. Don't really see a world where it goes to game 7. I think the only way Florida has a chance of winning is basically scoring like 6 to 7 goals themselves every night. Don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, Bruins in 6 would be my prediction if we're giving out games here.
Wasn't there a year where the NHL playoffs they did like 5-game series the first round? Wasn't that like a couple years ago?
It might have been for the COVID.
I think it was the COVID year, but
yeah.
All right. Anyways, I'm on the same boat. I have the Bruins. I think the Bruins are going to clean sweep 4-0.
Nice.
Yeah, no surprises. I got Bruins too. Panthers are still a respectable team. I'll probably go 4-1, 4-2. But I mean, I think every single bracket you're going to see out there, unless you're trying to outsmart everybody else, you're picking the Bruins.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Toronto Maple Leafs.
Wyatt, you ready?
I think Toronto wins that in 5.
5?
5.
You could have said 7 and we'd be okay.
Yeah,
Like, I'd be like,
5.
okay, it's going to be back and forth. 5? That's a.
I'm going
whooping.
bold. I'm going bold.
All right.
You're
Do
going
you have
something.
a reasoning besides the Lightning being in Walkers?
I mean, just the fact that Toronto is probably due, a lot younger, had the same core, which obviously hasn't helped them in the past, but just kind of a gut feeling, honestly.
Because
Okay.
Toronto's due. Because
'Cause
they're
Toronto's
due, bro.
due.
We're going to
They're
have
due.
a clip of that for you, your little face fading away into nothingness with the same sad music.
Yeah, send me
After
that
the
address
Lightning
of
win.
that Airbnb on your Caribbean island. Except I won't have the pina coladas because I'll be dead broke, but
I'm on the Lightning. I do think it's going to be pretty back and forth. I have this going to 7 with the Lightning winning.
I'm right there with you, Wyatt. Vasilevsky, man, he's a beast. Lightning, they've been here before. I think I get all sports, but especially hockey. It's one of those guys that they've been there before. The stage isn't too big for them. Lightning, they've been here. I mean, how many? They won championships over the last couple years. They're one of the most tested teams in the league, so I would probably take them. They got O'Reilly. They got the Matthews on the Leafs. They got a pretty good goaltending too with Samsonov. But I would still have to take the Lightning in 7.
gonna be tough to stop goals with a broken hip, but okay. All right. For the Hurricanes Islanders game, I like the Islanders. Wrote about it in the article today. Obviously, it wouldn't shock me at all if Carolina wins here, but I think the Islanders are, in a weird way, they're like just a touch worse than the Hurricanes, but their games are extremely similar. I simply like Sorokin better than I like Freddie Anderson or
Ranta?
Anderson and what's that?
Ranta?
Yeah, Antti Ranta. Yep. Like Sorokin, think he keeps them in it. Think there's a lot of low scoring, a lot of maybe OT games here, and I think Islanders find a way to pull it out. Pulled it out in the first round 4 of the last 5 times they've been in the postseason. I think since 2015. All underdogs.
All right, I'm a big fan of the Hurricanes, as you're gonna realize pretty quickly here with how my bracket's gonna go. But I have Carolina. I think it's gonna be a really close series. Again, I have this one going to 7 games. It's gonna make me sweat all the way through it, but I think Carolina's gonna pull out on top. It's really defensive series. That's we do have a really big play on this on our daily locks play, so make sure you look at this game, especially tonight. But I think it's going to be a really defensive series. Both teams, great goalies, great defense. However, I do think Carolina's going to pull it out close again in game 7. Really back and forth series. I think it's going to be one of the most entertaining first round series in the playoffs.
I see this one being very boring. I'm not loving either of these teams, actually. I'm not very big on the Hurricanes. I can't say I'm the lowest on them because, Ethan, you got them losing in the first round, but I think that they win in, I'll say 6. Hurricanes, I just think they've shown they're the better team. Normally, I like to lean towards the teams with the better goaltending, and I agree with you, Ethan. I do think the Islanders have the better goalie, but in this one, I just think that the Hurricanes are just going to be too much for them.
I will say, if the Hurricanes win this series, I think they're very live to win the Cup and probably win the East if they get out of this first round. Last game of the East, Rangers Devils. We've kind of talked about this already. Ben, we obviously know where you're at in this one. I love the Rangers as well. Again, I think the goaltending edge goes to them. I think it's a great mix of youth and old on that team. A ton of goal scorers, some decent defensemen. Jacob Trouba can kind of get you going if you need it. Yeah, I like the Rangers to get it done. I think probably 6 games here too.
Yeah, I'm going to rock the Rangers in 5. I think they're going to get ahead pretty quickly. Might drop a game late in the series, but yeah, I think New York's going to take control of this one and win pretty easily.
I like the Rangers as well. I think 5 is a pretty good number, 5 or 6. Devils, they've kind of had a sneaky good season. I think they broke the record for most consecutive home wins, something like that. They had a kind of an obscure stat, but they went on quite a run earlier in the season. If you're looking at this from a franchise standpoint, what have the Rangers done this season? They got Tarasenko, they got Patrick Kane, they got all these guys that were some of the top goal scorers on their respective teams. If they go in and they lose in the first round, that is, I'm trying to think of even the word for it. That's just horrific for this organization. So the coaches know they can't lose this. The front office knows they can't lose this. And going against the Devils, I don't think they're going to lose this.
All right, heading to the West. This matchup's pretty easy for me. Avalanche over the Kraken. Kraken, congrats, first postseason. Also, Ben, I was gonna say I hadn't heard that the Devils broke the home win streak. I should know that because I think Detroit held that record. But congrats to them if they did that. But yeah, Avalanche for me. Kraken, congrats on getting here, but I think that's where it ends. This is probably 4 or 5 games at most.
Yeah, big on the Avalanche. Kraken can score. I just think the Avalanche are going to score so much more. Kraken also don't play any defense. I think the Avalanche have a very respectable defense and goaltender. So Avalanche, I'm going to take them in 5.
Not a lot to say. Your Avalanche are winning it. 4 or 5. I'll put this as my only sweep of the first round. I'll say Avalanche in 4.
Okay. This one I'm quite high on. I like the Stars to advance. Really like the Stars. Talked about it enough tonight already, but yeah, I think the Stars get by the Wild. I think this one could probably go to 7 though.
I'm gonna take the Stars as well. I think the Wild are kind of similar to the Kraken, and the Jets. I don't know how they're in the playoffs. We haven't really heard a whole lot about them. All 3 of those teams. So I love the Wild's jerseys, so we'll maybe be rooting for that. But yeah, I think Stars are going to take it. I'll take them in 6. Too good at goaltending.
This first round, we're in quite a bit of lockstep, so I'm agree with you guys. Taking Dallas. Really like Dallas too. They're one of my favorite teams here in the playoffs. I'm gonna take Dallas over the Wild. Let's do 5.
I was gonna say I feel like that series could go 5 or 7.
Yeah.
It could really go either way, but yeah, the Knights, I'm taking them against the Jets. I don't think this series is going to be very close, although the Jets do have a lot of older guys, so that could kind of carry them here. Hellebuck can always get them there too, but I think the Knights win this one pretty easily. I'm going to give it the Knights in 5. Yeah, I also like the series price. You can get them to win the series minus 160. A little juicy, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say. I got Knights, pretty big on the Knights. Don't really love the Jets at all. I still don't know why they're here, but I'm gonna take the Knights in 6. I think the Jets maybe will squeeze one just by their goaltending, but gonna take the Knights. I still don't think they're. I think they're very similar to a Denver in the NBA as a 1 seed. I just, they kind of are there. Don't know how. Don't think they're super respectable, but they're definitely gonna get out of the first round.
This is where I'm going to disagree a little bit here. So I'm taking the Golden Knights, but I do think that the Jets are able to make this one competitive. I think that they could even take this to Game 7. I'll stick with Game 6 to be conservative, but with the goaltending, like you were saying, even Helbuk, he's outstanding. This team, they've been pretty tested. They're streaking right now. They weren't very hot like throughout the season. Right now, they've been doing pretty well. His goaltending's been much, much better within the last 10 games. So I think he's able to keep it competitive. I guess I'll put the Golden Knights at about 6.
All right, final one. I think I differ here. I do like the Kings. We saw this matchup last year. I think the Oilers got by them, but Kings made it competitive. Kings are much better defensively, which can help you win games in the postseason. Wish my boy Jonathan Quick was still there because that would probably help them. But Corpusalo, he's fine. I think, some of the vets on the team who have won multiple Stanley Cups with the Kings now, I think they can carry them. And I don't know. I don't see the Oilers being able to play enough defense here.
Yeah, I have the Oilers only because I'm rooting for McDavid. I love watching the Oilers play. McDavid, Draisaitl, Kane, just so fun to watch. One of the highest scoring offense in the NHL. Probably again, I think a lot of people are going to be on my boat here. Very square, high public bet, definitely on the Oilers. But yeah, I just want to root for them, so I don't feel like betting against them. That's terrible reasoning, but that's what I got. So probably not a whole lot of money on these games for me besides player props and whatnot.
I'm going to go with the Oilers. Oilers are, you're going to see, one of my favorite teams. They have the top 2 highest scoring players both on their team in McDavid and Draisaitl. Neither of these teams I feel have great goaltending, so I kind of worry about this game being a shootout if you're looking at any of the unders. I'm going to take the Oilers. I'm going to take the Oilers in 5.
Wow. I would be pretty sad if that happens, but we'll see. All right, going to the second round here. So I have the Bruins against the Maple Leafs, and I'm not that insane. The Bruins, I'm looking for the Bruins to beat the Maple Leafs here. Though, wouldn't be that surprised if the Leafs got by them, but I won't predict that.
Yeah, we're going to have different matchups here now in the second round, so we might be talking about some different teams. But I'm going to take the Bruins once again to sweep. 2 sweeps in a row over the Lightning, 4-0. It's going to set me up nice for this next round. Just wait for it.
All right. Also, just want to give a quick shout out. We're up to 169 subs now. We've gained 2 since we started the live stream. So
nice.
welcome in,
Really?
everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Also, that's a nice ass number right there. 169. Let's go.
That's my record yesterday for my VIP, 69-0.
Perfect. Perfect. Made $420 off of it, didn't you? Yeah, same thing. I got Bruins over the Lightning. I think the Lightning are, I guess I'm the highest one, the Lightning here. I think that they're able to make it semi-competitive. I will give it to the Bruins in 6.
Yeah, I didn't give out the games. I'll give it to the Bruins in 7 over the Leafs in overtime. Next game, the New York special here. I have the Islanders Rangers, 2 of my favorite goalies in the league, 2 of my favorite 3, Shesterkin, Sorokin. I will take the Rangers with Shesterkin to get it done. Just more offensive. Just better team overall.
Yeah, I got the Canes over the Rangers. Again, really big on the Hurricanes. I think a lot of people are going to be questioning them after I think they're going to go to 7 games against the Islanders. So I think a lot of people are going to be questioning whether they're legit or not. And then I could see a lot of money coming in on the Rangers in this game. So I like the Hurricanes. I like the Hurricanes big. So I think the Hurricanes can go in 5 games, possibly even a clean sweeper.
Let's see. Looking at this, Ethan, also, I looked up that Devils stat. It was a 13-game win streak. It was a franchise record.
Okay.
The 13 straight games.
Okay.
5th in all time.
Gotcha.
Looking at the Rangers versus Hurricanes, I am also going with the Rangers. I'm going to take the Rangers in 7. Just again, that they've got all this firepower. They've got good goaltending. I think they're one of the most complete teams in the league. So I have them getting past the Hurricanes as well.
Yeah, I forgot to give out the games again. So 5 games for that last one.
Okay.
I won't forget this time. Stars over the Avalanche for me in this next game. I'm taking the Stars in 6. I just think, the Avs had their year last year. Missing Gabe Landeskog, which is a huge loss for them. They've been missing him all year, but for playoffs, I just think it's, they'd fare a lot better if he was in the lineup. And I just think it's the Stars' turn. They made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, got beat by Colorado. And I think they get their revenge this year with Oettinger in net.
Yeah, I'm going to take Avalanche over the Stars. Too much firepower on Colorado. I don't think the Stars have that much going for them offensively. So if the Avalanche can get past the goalie, I think they're going to have their way. So I'll take Colorado in 6.
I don't think they're going to be able to get past the goalie. I'm going with Dallas as well. I'll take Dallas. I'll take Dallas in 6 as well, like you, Ethan. I just think Dallas they got a couple guys that can score, and they don't need to run up the score too much. Don't 100% trust the Avalanche goalie. But the Avalanche, absolutely, they're champions last year. They are as live as ever to make a run this year. But I'm a really big Oettinger guy. Oettinger.
Yeah, I think that if we do get that series, that's likely maybe the best series of the entire playoffs.
I agree.
For the final game, I have the Knights against the Kings. I'm going to take the Kings here to be the 1-seeded Knights. I'm taking the Kings in 7. I think both of you guys, or at least one of you guys, kind of mentioned that the Knights aren't as great as they have been. They didn't luck into the 1 seed, but they're not super dominant in any facet of the game. Just really like the Kings. I think they, again, more defensive than the Knights. Division opponent. So they've faced them enough times. Anything can happen. So I'll take the Kings to advance.
Yeah, I got a matchup between the Golden Knights and the Oilers, and I'm going to continue my fandom of the Oilers, and I'm going to rock them. Again, I don't think the Golden Knights are a worthy opponent, so might as well take the Oilers. Cheer for McDavid and Draisaitl. A couple more games here. I do think it's going to be closer. I'll take the Oilers in 6 to make it to the Western Conference Final.
Break out the brooms, boys. The Oilers, they're taking out the Golden Knights, and it's not going to be close.
Sweeperooski.
Love the confidence.
Love the Oilers.
All righty. Well, now I'm playing around on my phone. Lost my bracket here. All right. Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. I have the Bruins against the Rangers. I'm taking the Rangers to get it done. I think this one goes to 7. Great goaltending by both teams. Basically, I mean, obviously the Bruins had a record-breaking year. The President's Trophy has not won the Stanley Cup since, I believe, 2010. I think Vancouver might have done it. So, history not on Boston's side there. You just don't often see the number 1 team win the Stanley Cup. It just doesn't happen that often. So I think the Rangers can kind of catch Boston here. It'll take 7 games, but I think they get it done.
Yeah, so I have Bruins versus the Hurricanes. Bruins, if we remember, have 2 clean sweeps now, 8-0 in the playoffs. They're going to be another juicy favorite here. I'm going to take Carolina, big underdog, to take out the Bruins to advance to the Stanley Cup final. Really high on the Canes. Again, I think this is going to be a huge test, but I think they're going to have a really tough test against the Islanders in that first round, and then everyone's going to be doubting them a little bit. So I think they're going to have great value as the playoffs continue. So I think the Hurricanes are going to knock off the President Cup's winner and probably ruin a crap load of future bets on the Bruins.
If you're looking at who people have to win the Stanley Cup, it is overwhelmingly the Bruins. Ethan, can you remind us what happened with last time a team beat the all-time regular season win record?
Yeah, swept right out of the first round.
Ooh.
Who was that? Oh, the Lightning. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm going to take the Bruins. I also have them against the Rangers. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a really close one. I think it's in 7. Bruins, they've been great all season. So I think the Rangers at this point, they got all the players to make it to the Stanley Cup, and they fall just short to the best team currently in hockey.
All righty. In the Western Conference Final, I have the matchup of the Stars against the Kings. I would like to see the Kings win. No, I wouldn't. Stars for me. Again, it's Onger. He was there last year. I think this time he brings his team to the win. Yeah, I like the Stars quite a bit, obviously.
All right, I have the Oilers. Again, my favorite team to root for against the Avalanche. I don't think the Oilers have played a worthy opponent yet. I'm including Ethan's Kings. However, they are up against the Avalanche, who I think is the almighty. I have the Avalanche winning this series in 5. It's not going to be super close. It's going to be a little disappointing, but I like the Avalanche. They're just an all-around better team.
I got Oilers versus Stars, and no one's been able to get past that Dallas goaltending until the top 2 highest scoring players in the league have to face him, and they're going to beat him. I think it's going to go 7 games, and I think 5 of them go to overtime.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is a very
bold
close
prediction.
Series.
A lot of overs, possibly, or low-scoring overtimes?
Both.
Good. Solid.
As the series,
nothing.
let me say it like this: overs in the beginning, and as it gets closer to Game 7, it starts getting shorter.
Okay.
Ends with a 2-3 game.
All right, so my Stanley Cup final, as Ben mentioned earlier, none of us have the same 2 teams. So I have the Rangers and the Stars rocking it. I couldn't figure out if I was being biased or not because I have futures on both of these teams. I really went back, tried to play this with my brain and take out those futures. I still think they get it done. Again, love the goaltending from both, love the skating from both. Goal scorers all over the ice, but they don't have to score goals to win. And I have the Rangers hoisting the Stanley Cup in 6 in this one.
Wyatt, how big of a liar is Ethan? He's got those futures. He's going to put it out of the universe.
Please remind us what that future is.
What's that?
Please remind us what your future is.
For the Rangers? 20-1.
It's not bad.
The Rangers, not bad.
This was before both Tarasenko and Kane, right?
Yeah, this was like last June, I think. So
Okay.
I've been sitting on it for a while.
Okay. Not bad.
Yep.
My finals consist of the Hurricanes. I just knocked off the Bruins. They're absolutely pummeled. Emotional hangover, just like we're going to see in the Sacramento Kings tonight against, I think, the best team in hockey behind the Bruins. I have the Avs taking it all. We'll call it 6 games. Avs to win it.
One more time, Ethan. What happened to the team that beat the all-time regular season win record? They won the championship, right?
Swept out.
Swept out in the first round. That's right. That's right.
They were golfing by the time the second round was getting going.
And so Bruins make it. They make it to the Stanley Cup. They don't get swept in the first round, but they do lose in the championship. They lose to the Oilers. Nobody is able to stop this team. McDavid gets his Stanley Cup trophy. I mean, I want to ask you guys a question. Does McDavid retire without a Stanley Cup?
It's a hard cup to get. So he could either turn into a Kevin Durant and start ring chasing, or I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get it at the Edmonton, honestly. But I mean, his team's loaded. They just need to get some defense. Like they have nothing.
Yeah,
they're all winning because they score 5 goals a game.
Yeah. They're the opposite of Boston, and so Boston's just not able to score and keep up with them.
Yeah, my worry is just I think they need a better goaltender, but who knows?
That is their Achilles heel.
I don't know what Connor's contract is, but I'm excited to see whenever that opens up, if it ever opens up, what's going to happen, because he is by far the best player in the NHL. It's not even close. I want to say comparable to Gretzky, but he's not. But he's super, super close to even getting in that category, which I don't think any other player has in the history of the sport. So, yeah, I hope he can win one because I love the guy. I think he's so fun to watch, but I don't know if he's going to get it at Edmonton.
Have you guys seen highlights of the new Connor that's going to be entering the league? That Connor Bedard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's isn't he the Canadian guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's setting like the records in the UHL or whatever league that is.
Yeah.
His numbers were like stupid. Like
they
look like when you're playing video games on easy, on rookie mode.
Yeah.
The guys
what's the Wings?
What's that?
He has more goals than games played.
Yeah.
What's the Wings percentage of first pick?
I think 5.
It's not bad.
There's a chance.
Not bad. It's not bad. It's all up to that damn ping pong ball,
which always finds its way to, in my opinion, on the Devils. The Devils got so lucky 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, they did.
And now look at them; they're in here. And look at Detroit; still suck.
The Wings had historically one of the worst seasons of all time. Ended up with the 7th overall pick. Or 6th,
brutal.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Devils were like the lowest odds and got it.
Yeah. Guys, I hate to do this again, but I think I have a medical issue. My bladder is just small as could be. Just give me like 2 minutes.
Okay. We'll run through a W ad real quick. All right. Wyatt, have you heard of a W?
I have through you.
Oh, well, let me remind you what it is. W is not your traditional energy drink. They have 0 artificial fillers and dyes. They have multiple flavors. They got blue raspberry, dragon fruit, pink strawberry, Granny Smith apple, passion fruit tea, fruit punch, lemon lime, mango, white peach, watermelon, guava lime, strawberry banana. And Wyatt, I'm happy to announce they have a new flavor.
What is it?
It's creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Are you a big orange guy?
I'm a big orange guy, but I've never been an orange soda guy.
Okay.
But I'm interested in this. So
it's orange, but it's got mango too.
Perfect. That's also orange.
Yeah, right. So I'm interested to see it. I just got a text message alert from W. They said that they had it in stock. So might be worth checking out.
For sure.
And if anybody wants to try it, you guys can get it for 10% off. All you have to do is use code BIG at checkout. That's BIG.
You really lucked out with the creation of this podcast name / username at Better and Green. Just a nice BIG, really easy for promo codes. That's the way to do it.
That's all Ethan, I believe. He came up. He's like, it's big, broke down.
Was this discussed before the creation of the name, or did this come after?
This was like during.
During.
So he when he was making the pitch for the name, which me and Zach didn't have anything. Ethan was just like, "What about Better and Green? Then we can use it as like big." Like, we don't need to come up with anything. That's great.
Yeah, that's how that went. All right, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to get that checked out someday.
You're okay.
Every damn time. My issue is I go to the gym beforehand, so then I do like 24 ounces of water there, protein shake after, and then I sip water this whole time, and it doesn't last long.
That's all right, man. That's all right. Do we want to get into our game now?
Sure.
I think we're ready.
All right, Wyatt, you want to introduce it?
Yeah, so we have the NHL playoffs today, which is a majority of our show, but also we have to remember that the NBA playoffs are still going on. Still super excited to watch. I was watching the whatever series it was, the Suns and the Clippers, and I see Kevin Durant out there against Russell Westbrook. I remember them on the Thunder, and then I remember how much they hated each other. So I was thinking to myself, what are the all-time biggest rivalries? Not teams, but player to player. And obviously there's some iconic ones. So I did a little research. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do to, keep us involved with the NBA as well, because I know all three of us will agree we like NHL better. But I do think the NBA has a act of putting on some drama and some shows for us. So I thought we'd get into it and pick our biggest rivalries. So I think each of us pick 3 different rivalries. We can't pick the same. And then we'll assess the draft. Does anyone want to start first? I think there's a clear 1 and 2. And again, the rules are anytime. So not just current players. We can go in the past. We can bring out the archives and look at everyone. But does anyone want to start?
You can start, Wyatt, if you want. Are we doing a snake draft here?
What's up?
Snake draft?
Snake works. I'll start. I think it's maybe not the biggest one, but it's a little more recent than I think the biggest one. I'm going to take the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. Was a really big, obviously, Celtics, Lakers. We also had them play against each other in college. We had Indiana State versus Michigan State in the national championship game. So these two guys have hated each other both in the NBA and college basketball. Huge rivalry. I think that has to be my number 1 easily.
Ben, you want next or you want me to go?
I'll take next if you're giving it to me. I don't know if it's the same one that you guys have. It might be. Is it Shaq and Kobe?
It's not.
That's a good one.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Shaq and Kobe. It's a little bit. They get that little extra emotional part because they played together, and a lot of the time these rivalries are on different teams. Got to think back to when Kobe said that Shaq showed up fat and out of shape at the beginning of the season. It was probably started the decline of that, but 2 iconic players, some of the best ever do it at their positions, and some of the top competitors ever.
Yeah, I'll add a little to that before you go, Ethan. I thought that was I have that one on my list as well. And again, it's not often you see 2 guys on the same team despise each other so much that these guys did. Shaq did say some stuff after Kobe's death. I think they're just extremely competitive individuals. Both wanted the spotlight too. So It was nice to see him kind of, push their past away. And obviously, whatever with everything that went on. But yeah, that was intense for a lot of years in LA. And it was well known throughout the whole league that those 2 guys hated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just to speak on that, I love Shaq. Absolutely love the guy. He's absolutely hilarious. If you've never seen his episode of Hot Ones with Sean Evans, you gotta watch it. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, both those are on my list as well. I'm going Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain for mine. Obviously before our time, but kind of 2 guys that I don't know if they're before their time, but just completely dominant players. I feel like the league was more team based back then, and these two could just completely take over games. Boston versus LA, obviously well documented rivalry there. So got to take that one with my first pick. And with the snake draft, I'm going to keep it a little closer to home. I'm going Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. Again, the 90s Bulls Pistons, great rivalry there. Obviously, the Bulls got the best of the Pistons most of the time, but yeah, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan is kind of an iconic one as well.
Yeah, that you stole mine, Ethan. That's a perfect one. I'm gonna go Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
I think I got that one
Did
first.
you? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was wondering. I was like, I didn't know if anyone. Okay, let me look again. Let's see. Let's do. I apologize. I did team rivalries.
You're all right.
Let's see. Well, let's go Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone.
Okay.
That's solid. Rodman hated everyone, and everyone hated Rodman.
Exactly. Rodman was one of those polarizing players. You could just say Dennis Rodman versus the league.
That one would also work.
Yes,
you could do a lot of people versus the league. You could do Lambeer, you could do Draymond Green, you could do Grayson Allen, you could do whatever you want against the league. But yeah, I like that. Both again, very highly emotional players, physical players as well. So I like that one. So no, I get 2 in a row for the snake. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna bring this one. It's probably not the smartest play because it's not going for value, but I'm gonna bring it a little more recent. Not recent. Well, yes, recent, but also because it was one of my favorite times as a kid to watch this. I'm gonna go Ron Artest versus Ben Wallace.
Nice.
The Malice at the Palace. I'm not really sure these two. Ron Artest is an idiot. Ben Wallace, again, highly emotional, defensive player of the year multiple times. He plays on pure emotion. Ron Artest, I think, was just lacking brain cells. I'm not sure the tension between the two, but obviously the Malice at the Palace, biggest fight ever in the NBA between Ron Artest and Ben Wallace, who both initiated it, depending what side you want to look at. But got to go with that one just because, first of all, I remember watching it as a 10-year-old, and it led to the biggest fight in NBA history. Next, I'm going to go kind of the same time period, and this one's just funny because I hate LeBron. I'm going to do also teammates, by the way. I'm going to do LeBron James and Delonte West. So teammates on the Cavs. Delonte West screwed LeBron's mom. So that's a tough one there. That's a tough one. I don't think if they ever got in any true beef, but you can't like a guy that's doing your mom. So I also despise LeBron. So it's kind of like a shot in his face there. So I got to go LeBron James, Delonte West. Delonte, I did see him on a TikTok. He was homeless at a gas station. Looked like he was on crack. So he obviously did not get the better end of that relationship. But that's just an iconic one, funny story as well. And I just despise LeBron.
Yeah, 2 quick things there. I was going to bring up how polar opposite those two guys' lives have developed. I also believe at one point Mark Cuban took in Delonte West after he was homeless. Now he looks to be homeless again. So, yeah, crazy how you can make $1 million and blow it like that. Also, Ron Artest is probably pretty lucky that there was people around because Ben Wallace probably would have killed him.
Yes.
And ironically, he is now Meta World Peace, which it's just
shows
ironic
a lack
to the
of
whole
brain
thing.
cells.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say LeBron and was it J.R. Smith? Think of the meme.
Yeah.
Passes the ball.
Yeah.
What's going off?
Love that one. I think I'm gonna go with another more recent one, Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is like the softest dude in the league. You guys just saw that video of them yelling Westbrook at him, watch your mouth, shut your mouth, whatever he said. Patrick Beverley, one of the best trash talkers in the league. So he's another one of those Patrick Beverley versus the league type guys. He's got a lot of beef with a lot of people, but I almost thought Dame Lillard, but Westbrook is just so funny to me.
I also think they're teammates for a brief time at the Lakers there. So I'm
Yeah.
interested to see the locker dynamics there because, yeah, those two guys did not like each other. But also, again, I don't think a whole lot of people like Beverly.
No.
But, yeah, good pick.
To be fair, Pat Bev has been teammates with just about everybody in the league at this point.
Yeah.
Who was that? You got me thinking with the Delonte West thing. It was Matt Barnes, I think, and
Oh, yeah.
he like drove up from like Louisiana to North Carolina and beat the shit out of this guy just to drive back home or something.
Yeah.
I forget who it was.
He's not, believe it or not, an analyst on ESPN now. So I guess ESPN is hiring everyone now.
Right.
Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
He drove 95 miles to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the LA coach for a little bit?
Yeah. Derek Fisher, actually, do you know Dwayne Washington Jr.? He played at Ohio State and now plays for the Suns. G.R. Christian, yeah. So that is Fisher's grandson. Or no.
Oh, really?
Nephew.
Okay.
Yep. So he would come to G.R. Christian games when I worked there. But yeah. I won't go that route though. I'm going Shaq versus rap career. Just an iconic one. No, just kidding. I'm not doing that either. I will be going. This wasn't like a super great player-on-player rivalry, but I'm gonna go with LeBron and Steph just because of the some of the games of the Cavs and the Warriors. Much more recent, much more relevant to our viewing days of the NBA. So just two of the best to ever play the game going at it in the playoffs. Is a couple of great series.
Yeah, I was looking at that one, and all that ever came up on the internet when I looked up these player rivalry things was LeBron versus Durant, and I never really that wasn't really the rivalry. It was like more, and I think LeBron and Steph I never really saw them have any beef, but they played each other 5-6 years in a row in the NBA Finals, and they were the best players on both teams. So I was definitely thinking that one as well. So good pick.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, and then we left out the Durant Westbrook as the beginning, the reason for this game, but I love that matchup. They both say they like each other, and then obviously play games and they hate each other. It's so obvious. So that's always a good one. I had a couple other ones that I'll just briefly mention. I had Joel Embiid versus Karl Anthony Towns. Those guys have gotten involved in a couple different scuffles, both great big men. I also had Westbrook Beverly. And then a couple other players versus the NBA. Kyrie versus any sort of ownership, management, GM, any other guy that's getting the attention that he doesn't have. And yeah, that I guess that's all that I had.
LeBron versus City of Cleveland.
That's good.
Left him twice.
Especially when he went to South Beach.
Yep.
Well, good. Go ahead.
The only other one I was kind of thinking, but like I watched the NBA a lot during this time, but I don't really remember it being necessarily a rivalry. But Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, I saw that on a lot of lists.
So did I. And I don't remember Tim ever being an emotional guy.
No.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I don't know what obviously great big men, but.
Right. I mean, Spurs Celtics for a while, but Garnett spent a lot of his years with Minnesota.
Yeah. I didn't understand that one either.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. I'm glad we did the list. Thanks for doing it. Got a little NBA talk in there. I'm still excited to see the rest of this Clippers Suns series after the Clippers just spanked the Suns in round one or game one. So we'll probably see some more Westbrook Durant banter back and forth for at least the next 3 games. So excited to watch that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Westbrook against the fans. How did we miss that one?
Yeah.
Also, I don't understand. Kobe did the, pull the jersey like this. Westbrook did that last night. What is that? To show your heart, or are we showing off our nips? I don't get it. I don't know.
Andy did that after going 3 for 19 from the floor. So, yeah, I get you blocked Devin Booker late in the game, but
that was a sweet play.
Buddy.
But
it was.
Also, don't get mad when people call you Westbrook.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, if Booker wasn't asking for the foul call, he probably grabs that ball and lays it in, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Grand Rapids prodigy. What can you do?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna sneak a little bit of NFL talk in there too, just because it's one of my future bets. Adam Schefter just came out with a tweet today. A quarterback isn't expected to be drafted after the first overall pick until at least the fourth pick in the 2023 NFL draft. What does that
Quarterback
do?
not
Yeah,
projected?
yeah. They think they're. I'm guessing Bryce Young goes 1, and then they don't take Stroud till 4. But I mean, I had that Anthony Richardson over 4.5.
Yeah.
Great bet. Also, what's his face? Big old head, big melon boy. What's the draft analyst guy?
There's
That
a
had
lot
one,
of
two,
them.
three, 1, 2, 3, 4 going quarterback.
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper. What
Oh,
a
Mel
bozo.
Kiper. Dude, Mel Kiper's an dude.
I also saw unfortunately for one of our previous coworkers, Bryce Young minus 1,400 now to go first overall. So I don't know if that bet's doing too hot.
I did see
I think
that
that's
too.
almost set in stone now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else would have gone first, to be honest with you. But
I called him back when he was plus 300. I said they had this huge line reverse movement on Stroud, and I said it's just because of this stupid. Who was that quarterback for Carolina? McCown or whatever. Like he's not playing for him, but he's like a team rep. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna play when you get here. I'm like, everybody says that. Like, okay, yeah, I'll see ya. You tell people you haven't seen in years, like we got to get together sometime, and then you don't hang out again for the next 3 years till you bump into them at Walmart. Like that's what that is.
right.
We
Right.
gotta remember next year when we're doing draft futures to wait till after the combine, wait till the lines get all screwed up, and then
Yeah.
take the bets that we want, and then they all come back to normal after the combine, so everyone can stop getting all hot and heavy over Anthony Richardson or Levis or whatever just because they have an 8-pack. Like you need more. Look at he's not good, but look at the Pats quarterback, whatever his little name
Mac
is.
Jones.
He is all blubber. Mac Jones. Yeah. It doesn't like he was playing over Cam Newton, and Cam Newton's the rippest person I've seen in my like it doesn't matter. Like
No.
people get so overworked on the draft combine and it skews. I guess it screws up Vegas for how much, but I guess Vegas just does what the public does. So yeah, we have to remember that for next year to get some good lines.
I think Vegas throws up a lot of smoke and mirrors with these draft in the last 3 years. And I think they just like, I don't know, differentiate it so they don't have a huge liability either way. You know, they put Stroud up as the favorites, then people start taking Bryce Young. They put Bryce Young as a favorite, people start taking Stroud.
Mhm.
I don't know. It just seems weird. They're like last year there was so much flip flop. I don't even remember the guy's name that went first, but Tyson or Walker something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was like, I want to say like 10 days before the draft, he was like plus 2,500 or some shit. Ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Everybody
who knows?
knew Hutchinson was the pick. Everybody knew that's who they should have taken.
Glad they didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say Detroit got lucky, man.
Yeah, that's our boy, man.
That's our boy.
Homegrown.
Homegrown, yeah. He's played high school, college, NFL, all within 30 miles of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trying to think of anything else. I'm just gonna say this real quick too. Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, if quarterbacks weren't so heavily valued in the draft, they're not first round picks.
Yeah.
We're looking at talent wise. I mean, Anthony Richardson, the stats you're looking at make you drool if he's a running back or a wide receiver, but this dude's a quarterback, and everything he's shown you is that he's not first round capable. If anybody takes him, that is an enormous reach. We saw it happen with Malik Willis.
I'll add one little thing on that. Completely agree. But if you're like, obviously, if you're not in the draft, like the top couple picks to get one of these good quarterbacks that, like, I think Bryce Young and Stroud are draftable. I don't love them, but I think they're draftable. But yeah, and Richardson and Levis, I don't think are first round talent. So if you're one of these teams that are, picks 10 through 20 and need a quarterback, why not just go trade for a second stringer? You can get Trubisky. You can get someone else who has proven NFL talent, as opposed to just taking a risk on these guys just because they're there. Like, so I think that's a problem a lot of teams have in that middle ground where they don't have a prime pick.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe I should just start being a NFL GM. It sounds like a pretty easy job to me, but yeah, I don't understand the hype around getting a Richardson, who's a glorified running back slash slot, like wide receiver, and you're going to put him at quarterback when you could get, there's a bunch of second stringers around the league that are very quality quarterbacks. Obviously, they're not great. They're second string for a reason, but they've proven to play games. They've proven to win. I take my chances on that as opposed to a 22-year-old that has an 8-pack.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, I'm just thinking now of Jalen Hurts and his new contract they inked today. And I know like a lot of people think Lamar Jackson is next up. I just cannot see Lamar Jackson being anywhere near worth that much money.
You
Like, what do
have
you guys
to,
feel about
though.
that?
You have to. That's remember everybody was like, that's crazy with the Mahomes deal. Now you're looking at it, and the Mahomes deal looks great compared to some of these out there. If you want to keep your
Yeah, but I think
quarterback, you
Mahomes
gotta
is
pay him. They're not gonna keep Lamar at what, like, I agree. I get what you're saying. He's like a what, $30 million quarterback a year, but he's
like
just not gonna sign for that.
I think he thinks he's valued at that, and I think teams are starting to see that he's not. I think that's why he hasn't found a home yet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he has that many years left, personally. He just can't sustain what he's doing. Like, he's not like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts could develop into more of a pocket passer guy. I don't see Lamar being able to do that whatsoever. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
He's going to ask for it now, though. So
exactly.
So whatever team picks him up is probably pretty pissed right now, because that's the bar right now, and that's gonna be what Lamar requires at the minimum. So
right.
I see
Also,
him exactly
update.
like Kirk Cousins. Like, nobody just wants to pay this dude. And the Vikings
Right.
just kind of ended up with him. That's what's going to happen with Lamar. A team's just going to end up with him.
Yeah, it could be. As long as it's not Detroit, I guess I don't care too much. But
yeah.
Also, update RA1 rip in the Carolina game. But 4 minutes in. Carolina scored 4 minutes into this game.
Oh, yes,
Nice.
sir. Not good for the salami, but.
Or for the daily lock, but that is okay.
Oh, shit, yeah. That's all right. That's all right. There's a lot of time left.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's not all right.
Yeah, mischoice of words. 6 minutes now. 6 minutes in, only one goal.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's all the sports news. You guys have anything else that you wanted to cover?
Draft coming up. We got to get our draft stuff out. So look for our draft content. The next, when is it? Is it 2 weeks away?
Next,
I think it's a week from Thursday.
Okay, yeah, we got to get on that content. So yeah, make sure you're following for a lot of valuable draft content. We'll have some mock drafts up.
Yeah, we'll post our third mock draft today.
Mock draft.
Nice.
We'll probably have some blogs up, possibly some future bets up as well. So that's exciting. Again, always fun to talk football.
Yeah. Yeah, I just put $100 on Bryce Young to win 14. Just feeling really good about it.
Dude, that pays for your Qdoba tonight. Like,
it does. Yeah. But you guys, just because I let you guys know that, you do have to pay me like $150 just because that is a VIP play.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna give him. We're not going to talk about his name on the show because I don't want to give him that BS advertising, but his name literally has, like, it's trying to make you understand betting and be a better bettor. And now he's talking about doing minus 400 money lines. Do you understand? If you lose one of those, you're back to square one. Like, you have to win. You have to win 4. If you lose one, you have to win 4 in a row. It's not profitable.
No.
Like, anyways, his name is irony. Like, you're not. I might as well be throwing plus 1,000 parlay tickets out every single day. Like, it's the same thought process. Except if you win mine, you are set for like 10 parlays. If you win one of yours, you lose one, you're down 3. Like I'd rather,
Right.
I don't know.
I do find it funny when people on Twitter brag about hitting like a -125 or whatever, just because they put like 10 grand on it. I'm like, nice payout. You just won 8 grand, but also like not that impressive. You hit one bet -125. People do it every day of the week. I don't know. It's like, yeah, Drake comes in, puts, $500,000 on something and hits it. I mean, what's $500,000 to Drake?
Right.
It's not.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I understand the thought process. If you're making money, why change it? But also, it's just not smart to do something like that. Like,
Right.
the amount of times you're going to get screwed by a heavy favorite and then you literally could lose everything. It's not smart. It's not where you want to teach your people. And it's definitely not money management.
I don't follow this guy, but like, was he on the Bucks yesterday? Wouldn't shock me.
He had Suns Nuggets parlay. Lost.
Yeah.
That one was respectable, though. It was like -150 for a 2-teamer.
Yeah.
That was almost as square as my NHL square or my NFL square parlay back in the day.
Yeah, but at least yours was win and you go home. In a 7-game series, I mean, it crossed my mind yesterday, but I'm like, God, anything can happen. Like Milwaukee, for example, they don't really probably care that they lost game 1. They know they probably
they're just worried about Giannis being back for whenever. He probably doesn't even need to be back by next game. He could be back by game 3 and they'd be fine.
Right.
So
the draft week, do we want to do 2 lives? We could do a run through our final mock. We can do a final mock draft on Monday, and then Thursday, one of you guys are in charge, and I'll hit you guys up from on location.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be an exciting week.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I need to get on my content.
I can't wait. A little teaser for you guys. Detroit trades up and gets their quarterback this third mock.
Oh, good God.
They did. They got 5 picks in the top 100.
I would probably disown that team if they
better trade back and get 7 picks in the top 100. Because they have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not. They're gonna get if they trade up and get Will, I would be fine. If they trade up and get a quarterback, I'm pissed.
Hey,
Not Will Levis, Will Anderson.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
No, I think Detroit's pretty set on corner with their first pick, which I wish they wouldn't, because I think they can get corner at 12. But
that's what I think they go corner too. I'm just trying to be different with each one instead of posting the same graphic over and over again. But I have them going. I think they have their choice either Witherspoon or Gonzalez.
Yeah. I take Witherspoon. Keep it at Big Ten.
I like Witherspoon.
And Witherspoon's a short corner too, and they just lost Okuda, who was a short corner, so it seems to match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd rather trade back no matter what, unless Anderson is there at 6.
Yeah. I agree.
Can the Cardinals trade back and get an entire team? Because holy shit, the Cardinals are imploding.
Yeah. How did they go from what were they 2 years ago? 8-0 to start the season? Something like that?
Yeah.
9-0, I think.
9-0. Then I think they lost first round of the playoffs, and then had the third worst record in the NFL.
Yeah, they've won like 3 games total since then.
And I know injuries happen, but I think the biggest factor this year was their home crowd wasn't even coming to the games.
No.
Right.
That's never a good sign.
They're actually one of the luckiest teams in the league, though, because they're just lucky the A's are garbage in baseball, or else Kyler Murray would probably be switching sports right now.
Yeah.
If the A's were any good.
He's hurt. Trying to get rid of Hopkins. Buda Baker's requesting that trade out of there. There's nothing left of that team. You got James
I would love
Conner.
Buda.
Oh, I would too. Did you see DeAndre Hopkins' video of him not verbally saying where he was wanting to go?
Yeah, they might be the worst team in the league.
City. Yeah.
They are bad.
Come on down to Kansas City. Cardinals, we'll give you our first pick this year.
On the flip side, who was that this year? Who was supposed to be just complete? I mean, Seattle kind of, but wasn't there another team that was supposed to be complete dog shit? Atlanta. who had nobody. They weren't that bad.
They're also in the worst conference.
They pissed me off, man.
That's
The
true.
Jags also. We all bet season under on Jags. They had a good year.
Not this guy. I called Jags preseason.
You
It's a good
did.
bet.
I got shit on, so
I took their season under, so I thought they were gonna tank.
Yeah, I didn't play it in any
That has to go
capacity.
down at history for one of the quickest rebuilds I've ever seen. Detroit should honestly take notes, and they screwed up the draft. So think if they got Hutch or got someone better at one, like
Right.
I don't know, man. Obviously, there's a lot of luck. I think Lawrence is also a solid quarterback, but
Yeah.
that's a quick from what were they defeated or 1-15, whatever they were, to win the first round of the playoffs? Like, damn.
Yeah.
Now they get Calvin Ridley this year.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk.
We might have to call him up for the show. Let's see if he can give us some picks.
Yeah, before suspension's officially over.
Can we put him on the list?
Yeah, we'll DM him right after this. Guys, we're up to 169 subs on YouTube. We've officially passed over 100 on TikTok. So if you are on either of those, vice versa, make sure you're following us on both. We're almost to 100 on Facebook now. That Gatlinburg Moonshiner is almost up to like 4,000 views. So our expansion teams are really starting to get around now. I believe that I know we posted our last expansion team on TikTok, so that means I think it's about a post or something behind, post or two behind on Instagram, Facebook. So we should be getting the last expansion team out to you guys pretty soon, probably by tomorrow. Gave you guys our NHL picks. Ethan, before we get out of here, give the people a question.
Oh yeah. And that also reminds me, we have to give a shout out to Noel, former coworker Noel, but tweeted out Saturday, I believe. Yeah, for those who have watched the show, Noel's been on here, NBA. Talked some NBA with him, major NBA fan and NBA expert. But yeah, gave out a question of where did Michael Bridges, right, go to school, and how fast was it? 16 seconds?
18, I think it was 18 seconds.
18 seconds. Noel had the answer for us, Villanova. So, I mean, didn't shock me when it was Noel to get it. 18 seconds, that was quick. Pays to have notifications on, so congrats, Noel. Hopefully we'll have you on the show again soon because that was a fun episode. And then, yeah, let's do a question here. Let's go with the NHL playoffs since they're just getting underway. Drop a comment in the YouTube comments who your Stanley Cup winner is and who they're going to win the Stanley Cup against. So your top two and who wins it. I
like it.
Throw a like our way while you're at it too. YouTube likes.
It does.
And comments.
It does. It boosts us in the algorithm. More people get to see us. And then we get to do more stuff in return, like posting daily picks like Wyatt did, and starting the website, posting articles like we've been doing.
Yeah.
So the Better and Green team continues to grow with us, and we love making you guys money. Hopefully last Monday was really profitable. Hopefully we're profitable again this week. And I guess that's it for today. We'll see you later, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.
See you guys.